Don't pay another red cent to that landlord. It is time to stop paying rent and own your own home. It's a dream that we all have, to own a home and stop paying rent. But if you're like most renters, you probably feel trapped in four walls that aren't even yours. How could it be when it's a hassle to even get permission to bang a few nails in a wall to hang some pictures? You may feel like you're stuck in the rut of non-home ownership and renting, but there is a way out. Hey, my name's Dan Inman, your local guide and realtor to the coastal Virginia area, and you're watching the Living in Coastal Virginia channel. It really doesn't matter how long you've been renting or how insurmountable your financial situation seems. The truth is that there are some little unknown facts that can help you get over the hump from renter to home ownership. With this information, we can begin to help save for that down payment, stop lining that landlord's pockets, and start padding down the lifetime savings and equity and life legacy money that comes with home ownership. Plus, stop wasting thousands of dollars on rent. There are many important issues that apply to you as a renter that we need to cover. And why waste thousands of dollars on rent when a short conversation with your realtor and guide can help you address those and move forward? This conversation costs you absolutely nothing. You shouldn't feel obligated to buy anything, and you shouldn't feel at all obligated to move forward and buy a home. However, by taking this time, it will help you be prepared, relaxed, and when you step into that process, you will feel a sense of relief and confidence to move forward. So here are 6 little known facts to help you get into your first home. Obviously, the problem isn't making that monthly obligation. You've been doing that already with renting. You've probably been doing it for many, many years. Really, the biggest issue is overcoming that capital hurdle to get into the first home, the down payment and the closing cost. Saving up for that lump sum doesn't have to be as difficult as it seems, so let's get into the 6 things. First of all, buying a home could be putting down much less than you actually anticipate. There are a variety of low and no down payment programs to include the USDA and VA loan, and the VHDA loan that is the Virginia's Housing Down Payment Assistance Program. Not to mention that some lenders have individual grant programs that can help you pay for that down. Depending on your situation, you actually may qualify for multiple of these. You want to make sure that you partner up with a smart mortgage professional and local real estate agent that are familiar with those programs. That could be me and my wife. And they will help you make sure that you pair up with the right one for the right house and the right area at the right time. Second one here is some people don't know that your lender can actually help you with that down payment. It depends on the scenario. You may have an asset that's maybe free and clear and paid off, and your lending institution may be able actually to use that as collateral for your down payment. This is known as securing something against an asset. Number 3 here is a little less common known one, and this is what's called the seller financing, also known as maybe a seller takeback. In this case, the seller becomes basically your lending institution. Instead of paying the seller a lump sum in full amount for his or her home, you would pay the monthly mortgage in installments, and they'd be paying it directly back to the seller. Seller financing is not as common, and it may depend on the individual property and the seller's situation on whether they'd be willing to do this, but is an uncommon financing situation that may or may not be something that you can take advantage of. Number 4 here is actually tapping into something you may have available to you that most people don't think about, and this is maybe an investment portfolio through work, or maybe even a gifted trust. Now, you may not actually be wanting to use these funds because it's paying for something in the future and it's investment, but you can actually borrow against certain investments, usually either tax-free or at little cost to you, and be able to pay that back over time, which would allow you to basically not have to come up with the cash up front. You tap into that investment, you pay it back over time, get into the house for basically little to no money out of your personal pocket. Now, one of the other ones that is really interesting and I think very few people take advantage of is if you have poor credit. Some people don't actually go out and get a home loan because they feel like their credit's not good enough. So many times if you have some assets available to you, let's say you have significant savings or again those investment loans, it's something that basically shows the bank that you have a significant amount of money that you could tap into. They're willing to give you the loan for the property because you have something that is basically going to provide a certain amount of security. You have to think about it this way. Basically, lenders are looking at you as an investment. They want to make sure that they're going to get their money back. And if you have a really low credit score, basically that is a reflection, or the best reflection we have here is this in America, to show that you're going to pay that money back. So if you have zero savings, this person could be too risky. But if you have a low credit and a significant amount of savings, you could still qualify for the loan, and some people don't know that. The last one here has to do with basically the pre-approval process in general. One, you should start this as early as possible. Up to a year is not a terrible idea. There are really a lot of things that go into evaluating a person as a borrower, and there also might be a way for you to increase your credit profile over the next 12 months. This could mean in the $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 home purchase range that you could save yourself 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or maybe even $100 a month on that mortgage monthly payment because you put yourself in a better credit profile. A good loan officer is going to walk you through exactly how to set yourself up for success. Those letters are typically good for 90 days, so that even if you go get it and you're not planning to look right away, you set yourself up for success. You want to get fully underwritten here. This is really important, especially in a market that's moving as quickly as today, because there are a lot of buyers that are out there. Any savvy listing agent or seller is going to be looking at you holistically. It's not just the amount that you're offering. How secure are you as a buyer? You know, if the lender has gone through and fully underwritten you as an individual, that is a much more secure contract than someone who just has a basic pre-qualification, who hasn't gotten W-2s or any of the other supporting documents for you as basically the borrower. I highly encourage you to operate or work with somebody who only deals in mortgages, not someone who's a holistic bank that does investments and insurance and all of that combined. You want somebody that does this on a day in and day out basis. And that's what my wife does on a daily basis. She only does mortgages and refinances. If she can be of help for you, all of her contact information is down below. You can get a hold of us there. We'd love to help serve you and your family and make the transition into or out of the area or into that brand new home as easy and as smooth as possible. Her YouTube channel is Your Smart Mortgage Guide, and you can find that link down in the description. Maybe YouTube's algorithm is smart enough to recommend hers next, right here.